Okay, everyone, I cannot stand power outages because no power means no light. No power means no internet. No power means no TV. No power means no radio. And it will be dark and you will have nothing to do. Here is the worst thing about no power it means no heat in the winter and no AC in the summer. If you lose power during the summer, you will be uncomfortable. If you lose it during the winter, obviously it could be fatal. Because we have been told cold weather kills more people than hot weather each year. It truly does. Yeah, heat kills people, but deaths are totally preventable, and there's a lot of mitigation when it comes to heat. But cold, that is more lethal than heat. Have a plan in place if you lose power any time of the year, even right now, for some people during this hot weather. But especially during the cold January and February, especially have a plan in place if you lose power then. Right now, if I lose power, I will lose my fan and my air conditioning and I'll be uncomfortable. But in 6 months from now, if I lose power and it's really cold outside, it could obviously cost my life if I'm not prepared. Depending on what part of the country you live in. Where I live, extreme cold is more of a concern than extreme heat because I live further up north. Even though I am below the Mason Dixon line, I'm still relatively north, and all of my extended family members are down south. Not all of them, but the vast majority of them. Have a plan in place if you lose power, no matter where you are in this country. If you're in Florida, if you're in Alaska, if you're in the DC area, if you're in New York, if you're in Michigan, if you're anywhere in this country, and the power grid collapses, you need to prepare, especially during the wintertime up north, because that is when it is going to be the most fatal, is if the power goes out during the wintertime. During the summertime, it is uncomfortable, but during the wintertime, it could cost a life. And I've seen it in the last couple of years about how horrible power outages turn out to be. Many people sadly died as a result of the power being out, and it most likely occurs during the wintertime. It can occur any time of the year because people are using generators and stuff like that and they're not careful and get carbon monoxide poisoning and all of that. But when it comes to extreme temperatures, it is most likely to happen during extreme cold. For some people, it can happen during extreme heat, but for the vast majority of people, temperature related deaths because of power outages happen in the cold weather. So, have a plan in place to stay warm during the winter. That is much more necessary. And in this hot weather, have a plan in place to stay cool because people still do die from the heat. Even though it is not as bad as what people think, people still do die. Even though it is not as bad as what people think, people still do die from the heat. More people die from the cold compared to the heat. I have seen the statistics. I heard my talk show host the cold is going to get you a lot faster than the heat. So, have a plan in place if you lose power, especially during the winter time. Even right now during the summertime, have a plan in place because there are still some people that succumb to the heat. But it's much easier to mitigate this compared to the winter for a lot of people. Goodbye.